Good morning, everyone. Just some very light snowfall falling this morning for most locations north of Interstate 69. This could give us a little bit of a coating, we'll say a dusting to a half an inch. Starting to see some of that trying to build a little more south through Genesee County, but the atmosphere is very dry. So as this snow is falling, it evaporates before it makes it to the ground. So most of the snow we'll see today, at least this morning, will be very light. Later today, that all changes, especially into the overnight. So much so, the National Weather Service now has widespread winter storm warnings for almost the entire area, with the exception of our counties along Interstate 69 and to the south. So Genesee, Shiawassee, Lapeer, also over towards St. Clair County. We're looking at Livingston and Oakland counties currently under a winter storm watch that may be upgraded to a warning later today. And the reason why we haven't been upgraded to a warning in these locations is because it's not snowing here this morning. That's all north here through Saginaw, Bay County, Gratiot, Isabella, north to Oscoda, the Iosca County area, also Aranac, and we're looking at Huron and Sanilac counties. Tuscola County also currently under a winter storm warning for light snow this morning, but significantly heavier snowfall overnight tonight. So let's take a look at your temperatures and the snowfall forecast. We'll start with the snowfall forecast. Along Interstate 69, I'm generally going 4 to 8 inches of snowfall. Now, this doesn't mean that everybody will see 8 inches of snowfall, but the potential will exist along Interstate 69 to see that. I'm thinking most of us stay around 5 to 6 inches of snowfall through Genesee County. Heading north into the Tri-Cities area, we're forecasting 6 to 10 inches of snowfall, with most of us staying between 8 to 9 inches of snow. A couple of the 6-inch totals will be a little bit more to the south, right along this line that borders the 4 to 8 and the 6 to 10. You head north of Bay City up towards Pinconning, north of Standish. These areas are picking up likely 10 to 12 inches of snowfall. That includes Houghton Lake. That includes West Branch. It also includes Oscoda and Tawas. But I'm concerned about the northern thumb as we go into the overnight tonight and tomorrow, because once the system departs to the east, we get lake effect that starts to occur. Lake enhancement off of Lake Huron. A couple of spots here along the thumb could be more than 10 inches of snowfall as well, possibly up to a foot for some areas near Huron County. So keep it here at mynbcnews.com throughout the day. I'll be posting updates on my Facebook page plus NBC25's Facebook page. And Chief Meteorologist Ty Shesky will be in tonight at 6 and 11. He will have the latest as the snow really begins to pick up later today. And that's what's a little tricky about this storm. It's quiet now with just some very light snowfall, so your morning commute, we're looking great. Your evening commute, that's where we could see a lot of problems as the heavier snow really begins to move into the area. So we're currently sitting at 27 in Saginaw and Flint, 26 in Caro, Bad Axe at 23. It's 25 in Clare and Tawas. These temperatures certainly cold enough to support all snow. There may be south of Interstate 69 through Livingston down towards Jackson and also back west to Kalamazoo. They could see a little bit of a mix, but I believe that mix will stay south of our area, giving us all snow. It will be a heavy wet snow though, so we're not looking at the huge accumulations if the snow was very dry. If we had temperatures in the teens, it'll be compacted a little bit, and that's why a general 5 to 10 inch snowfall is likely across the area after we have a little bit of a break this morning. So here's this morning's initial push of some very light snow. Here's our break that'll last the majority of our morning into the early afternoon. Here's where the snow intensities start to pick up, and if it speeds up a little bit more, we could start seeing some of the heavier snows around 1 to 2 o'clock beginning to move into the entire area. And we'll have to watch for where these bands of yellow are. Once it moves into the snow cover area, it's the darker blues, and those darker blues could potentially drop 1 to 2 inches of snowfall per hour into the overnight hours, and we're talking about a good 6 to 10 hours of some moderate to heavy snowfall. So that's why most of us will pick up a decent amount of snow out of this system, with the heavier totals continuing to remain off towards the north, because it's not just the moisture over northern Illinois I'm watching. It goes all the way back to Kansas, and all of that fills in along our cold front, moves it north, and low pressure will also develop down to the south, and that low pressure stays in Ohio and Indiana late tonight into tomorrow morning, putting us on the northern and western side of this area of low pressure. We call that a deformation zone, about 100 and 150 miles to the north of the center of a low. That's where the heaviest snowfall will be, and look at what Futurecast does as we head to the overnight. Here we are, a few scattered snow flurries and showers this morning. Here's our little bit of a break. It fills back in the afternoon with light to moderate snow, and then heavy snowfall moves in from 5 to 6. Remember, I was talking about the low. Yeah, it stays about 150 to 200 miles south of our area, and that's why we will see the heaviest snowfall here across mid-Michigan, on the order of, again, 5 to 10 inches of snowfall throughout the wide area across most of our counties. And then by tomorrow morning, we'll have to watch how the lake enhancement happens. As the low moves to the east, we'll get winds coming in out of the east, and that could pick up a little bit of lake effect moisture, allowing Huron and Sanilac counties to even approach a foot in some areas. So we haven't had a lot of snow, a big snowstorm over the last several weeks. We're finally getting one. Again, keep it at mynbcnews.com for the latest throughout the day. As I continue to update you as more data comes in, we'll be able to fine tune those totals a little bit better for you. Instead of having a broad range of 4 to 8, we'll look possibly more like 6 inches of snowfall that we can identify for areas around Flint and possibly near 10 inches of snowfall across the Tri-Cities. Now it quiets down Friday afternoon into Saturday, but by Sunday and Monday we have another system to watch. Happy to say though that this one does not have the cold air to work with this time, so it'll be a rain-snow mix and any accumulations are expected to remain fairly minimal as we go throughout Sunday into Monday.